guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in the beautiful wine region of Lower Franconia, Germany. So guys, I have to admit, I'm feeling a little bit heavy-hearted right now. We're drawing near the end of my mum's 9-week stay here in Germany, and I don't want her to leave. Honestly, it has just been amazing having her here, and I just don't want this time to end. But at the same time, I'm so incredibly grateful for the incredible time we've had together. I've been really enjoying having the chance to see Germany through my mum's eyes and been able to share some of her experiences with you guys on my YouTube channel. I thought today I would talk about some very normal, everyday German things that my New Zealand mum considers a luxury. So in no particular order, something that she considers an absolute luxury of living in Germany is the fact that it is so easy to travel to different countries. I know that I have talked about this before on my channel. I go on about it quite a lot, but I have been reminded of this because my mum keeps talking about it. This is something that Europeans definitely take for granted. So for us, coming from New Zealand, such an isolated country at the bottom of the planet, traveling to a different country is an absolute luxury. We have to fly on an aeroplane for hours to reach another country. We can't just jump on a train, jump in a car. That's impossible. But I do have to say, New Zealand is hands down one of the most beautiful countries in the world. But we're so isolated. So for mum, that feeling of being in the center of Europe, in such close proximity to so many different countries and cultures, is pretty awesome. Mum just finds it absolutely mind-blowing that Germany borders with 9 different countries. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing for us. We were so excited that we got to do a little bit of traveling with mum. We didn't go far because, I mean, I've got 3 children and traveling with children is pretty stressful. So we kept it pretty low-key. The kids were so eager to take mum to Karlovy Vary, which is known as Karlsbad in German. It's kind of like our special place. We've been so many times. We never get sick of it. It's very close to where we live. It's like a 3-hour drive and you're in a completely different country. So speaking of the beautiful spa town of Karlovy Vary, I would like to take a moment to thank Revelton for partnering with me in this video today. Revelton is our go-to accommodation when visiting the beautiful spa towns in the Czech Republic. My family and I have previously stayed at Revelton Suites and Revelton Studios. We've had such a positive experience every single time. So on our latest adventure in Karlovy Vary, we had the pleasure of staying at Unmut by Revelton. This is a newly renovated hotel complex and it's located right in the heart of this beautiful town. We were just so excited that mum could be with us this time. She had heard so many stories about our adventures and our amazing experiences in Karlovy Vary and at Revelton, and she finally got to experience it for herself. One of the standout features of Revelton is their seamless, contactless check-in and check-out process, which is so easy and convenient. We stayed in a spacious 50 square meter family suite with a connecting little studio apartment for mum, which just worked out so well. Each Revelton location has its own unique style and vibe. This complex had an elegant, minimalistic, spacious feel to it. Both our apartments were immaculately clean. That was one of the first things mum noticed and was really impressed by. They had everything we needed to feel right at home, and all of the little details were so thoughtfully arranged. We just had such a relaxed and comfortable stay. So our suite and mum's studio was connected, but they both had separate little kitchenettes, which gave us the option of cooking our own meals during our stay. This was something that we really appreciated because we were able to save some money by not eating out with every meal. The location of Revelton couldn't have been better. Nestled in the centre of Karlovy Vary, we had easy access to local attractions, restaurants and shops, all within walking distance. We honestly could not have asked for more. Revelton truly knows how to create an incredible, stress-free experience for families like ours. I've included a link in my video description so you can explore their beautiful apartments and studios for yourself. Mum had such an amazing time in Karlovy Vary, and she just could not get over the fact that we were in a completely different country with a completely different language and culture, and we only had to travel for 3 hours to get there. It's just mind-blowing for a New Zealander to even comprehend this. Another normal everyday German thing that most Germans don't even think about, they take for granted, but my mum considers such a luxury, is having the opportunity to learn multiple languages. So the majority of New Zealanders only speak one language, which is English. And if a New Zealander speaks another language, this is very rare. I'm not talking about somebody who has immigrated to New Zealand from another country. I'm talking about a New Zealander living in New Zealand who has learnt a foreign language. That is just considered amazing and so impressive. And it's just not often you'll find bilingual New Zealanders who have learnt a foreign language from scratch. This is something just so common in Germany. The majority of Germans speak at least one other language. So most Germans I know speak some level of English, whether it's just a little bit or just really fluent English. And I think this is incredible. I still think it's amazing. It blows my mind how fluent many Germans are with English. But many Germans not only speak English as a second language, they speak another language on top of that. Some even speak multiple languages. And these languages are learnt at school. And learning English in school is compulsory from the 3rd grade. And so it's not surprising that most Germans speak some level of English. And I think learning languages can be so rewarding. Once you've learned one language, you are more interested in learning multiple languages, and it becomes easier. And I think it's kind of like that snowball effect. And I have to say, in New Zealand, we do have Māori, which is our sort of native New Zealand language, our indigenous language. Unfortunately, it is not a language that most New Zealanders are fluent in. And we do have the option of learning a few languages at school. At my school, we could choose Māori, French, or Japanese, and that was all. And we didn't have to take these subjects in school. It was optional. And so, I came to Germany speaking just English, and I had to learn the German language from scratch, which was incredibly challenging for me because I had no access to language learning. It was just something incredibly new and daunting and foreign to me. But I'm so pleased I had the opportunity to learn German. Mum was just saying to me the other day she finds it such a luxury that English is compulsory in German schools, and she wishes it was like that in New Zealand. She wishes that it was compulsory for us to learn a foreign language. And, learning a language, I can't even begin to tell you how much it broadens your world. And I think this should be an option for every child to be able to experience this. Something else that Mum finds a luxury is the amazing public transport connections in Germany. And in New Zealand, we do not have good public transport. It is a little bit better in some of the biggest cities, but it's still lagging behind Germany. And I know Germans complain about their public transport, but trust me, Germans do not realize how good they have it here. In New Zealand, our bus connections are very limited. They'll only take you to certain places, like central areas. So I haven't lived in New Zealand for so many years, so I did have to turn to Google to find out why New Zealand public transport is not that great. New Zealand's limited bus connections stem from decades of declining public transport use, influenced by increased private car ownership, privatization of services, and a lack of consistent investments and strategic planning. The result of a public transport system dominated by a single for-profit intercity operator in a city which focuses on major routes, leaving many regional and connecting services undeveloped or non-existent. German public transport is highly effective due to its extensive, integrated and reliable network of buses, trams, S-Bahns, etc. connecting cities and rural areas. Factors contributing to its success include a commitment to advanced infrastructure, a focus on efficiency and reliability, comprehensive coverage even in smaller towns, integrated digital tools for easy planning, and relatively affordable integrated ticketing. This was definitely something that stood out to Mum, just how easy it was to reach little villages and little towns not just the big cities using public transport. Okay guys, so last but not least, something else that Mum has noticed here in Germany that she considers a luxury is the low cost of local wine. Mum found this particularly interesting because we actually come from a wine region in New Zealand, Hawke's Bay. It's a beautiful part of New Zealand. New Zealand wine is known internationally for being really good quality. We have a great reputation for just having, premium, really good quality wine, but it is very, very expensive to buy a bottle of New Zealand wine in New Zealand. Mum just found this interesting because right now I live in a wine region. Lower Franconia, the Würzburg region, has a wonderful reputation for quality premium wine. Yet to buy a bottle of our local wine, it is so much less expensive. You can buy a really decent bottle of German wine, local wine from, a well-known winery in our area for under 10 euros. And Mum just found that crazy. Mum was just really impressed by the quality local wine that you can buy here for just such reasonable prices. So I did a quick search, and what I found was local New Zealand wine tends to be more expensive than German wine due to New Zealand's higher labour and production costs, the age of its wine industry compared to Europe, and a higher reputation and demand for New Zealand's premium grape varieties like Sauvignon Blanc. In contrast, Germany benefits from centuries of wine production, established infrastructure, and more affordable grape costs, contributing to lower prices for its high quality wine. So that makes complete sense and answers Mum's question as to why local German wine is so much less expensive than local New Zealand wine. So guys, I have come to the end of this video, and I'm coming slowly to the end of this series talking about Germany through my mum's eyes. Maybe I will make a few more videos, but we're getting pretty close to the end, and I hope you've enjoyed this series because I have really, really been enjoying talking about Germany through Mum's eyes. I'm not going to get emotional because Mum still has a little bit of time left here, and I'm just going to enjoy every moment. And I have to say I'm so grateful that she was able to stay with us for so long. Once again, I want to thank Revelton for partnering with me in this video today and for our amazing stay in Karlovy Vary. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. If you enjoy my videos but you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love you to consider subscribing. That would mean so much to me. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!